Hello my loves, welcome back. Today we've got a core class and it's focused all around boat pose. So let's begin on our backs. So lie back, find a nice comfortable position, let the eyes close. And I'd like you to just settle in. And just take 3 deep cleansing breaths. After that 3rd breath, then let the knees bend. Place the feet onto the floor and just start to take a little bit of an arch and flatten here. So as you inhale, feel the lower back arch away from the floor, and as you exhale, draw the lower back down into the floor. Just rocking here through the pelvis. Next time that you inhale, then release into a neutral position. Let the feet open a little bit wider here and the knees gently sway from side to side. Just taking a little bit of a windshield wiper here. And as the knees pass through center next time, let them rest in center. And the feet back in around hip distance apart. Interlace the fingers, bring the hands towards the back of the head, resting the back of the head into the cradle that we have here, created by the hands. Nice deep inhale. As you exhale, draw the navel to the spine, lift the head and the shoulders up, pull the elbows in. And as you inhale, release back down, let the elbows open wide. Exhale, rise up, squeeze in. Inhale, release. Do a few more here to your breath, your tempo, your pace. Next time then that you lower to the floor, remain. Let the arms come and rest down by the sides. And as they rest down by the sides, take the feet and walk the feet about halfway towards the front of your mat. Pull the navel to the spine. Think about stabilizing through the trunk and the pelvis here. And then from the right hip, lift the right leg up so that the knee comes over the hip and the shin is parallel to the floor. Let the right foot return back down. Lift the left knee up. And then return the leg back down. And just alternate back and forth here. And what we're looking for here is very little movement of your pelvis. You want to stabilize the pelvis here, using the muscles in the trunk, the abdominals, and stabilizing the pelvis, keeping it exactly where it is. Doing one more each side so that the next time that left leg lifts, that will be the last one. And then Just let the legs and the pelvis relax and sway from side to side. Let the knees fall back into center. Brace the abdominals, drawing the navel down, lifting the right leg up, hold it. Then lift the left leg up and hold. Let the right leg come back down. Let the left leg come back down. So we're doing this little kind of walking pattern. The right leg lifts, the left leg lifts, the right leg lowers, the left leg lowers. Do that one more time with the right leg first. And the next time that the left foot touches the floor, you're just going to lift the left leg straight back up again. And then this time the left leg will hold and the right leg will lift. The left leg will come down, the right leg will come down. Left up, right up, left down, right foot down. Left leg up, right, left. And as the right foot comes down, draw both knees into the chest and just take a little rock and roll from side to side. Or maybe circling the knees around, wherever feels comfortable for you. Alright, we're going to come into this tabletop position. Knees are over the hips and the shins are parallel to the floor. Arms can rest down, out, wherever feels comfortable for your arms to rest. Pulling the navel to the spine, engaging through the abdominals, stabilizing the pelvis here. Let the right foot come back to the floor, just lightly touch, and then draw it back up. Let the left foot come back to the floor and draw it back up. Now this movement is coming from the hip. The knee stays in the same angle that it is in this tabletop position. The knee is not moving. The movement is coming from the hip. If you're not sure about this movement, I have another video about that here. So check that out. We're doing this single leg tabletop drop. Now this feels comfortable and you feel like you want more of a challenge. If you can keep the abdominals stabilized, can you do both legs? If that feels too much, go back to single legs. That's perfectly fine. Next time the knees come up, draw them into the chest. Take a little rock and roll from side to side. Okay, from here, come back into tabletop. As you come back into tabletop, reach the arms up towards the ceiling here. And I want you to take the hands and then place them onto the knees. Kind of feeling that the arms are at a 45-degree angle here. And then keeping the knees where they are, just lift the hands about 4 inches away from the knees. So then arms are not straight up, there's a space between the hands and the knees. Now from the hip, I just want you to draw the right knee in, bring it out, and then draw the left knee in and bring it out. So feel that this movement is coming from the hip. It's kind of that same kind of drawing the knees towards the chest. And then maybe do both. Notice the amount of work required here. It's actually very little in the abdominals. And the next time that the knees draw in, that's the last one, the knees will stay over the hips. Now the hands again are hovered away. Pull the navel to the spine, and from the lumbar spine, from your abdominals here, can you draw the knees in and release. So now you're curling the pelvis towards the hands here. Think about the tailbone drawing towards the hands. Think about tucking that tailbone in and up towards the ceiling. Notice if this feels a little bit harder than moving from the hip. Hopefully it does. A little bit more challenging from the abdominals. Next time that you relax, draw the knees in, take a little rock and roll from side to side. Roll all the way to one side, push yourself up, come up and over. I'm going to come into a seated position here, so find that seated position. Take the feet in front and a little bit wide, knees are bent, hands come behind the back of the thighs, and take a little bit of cat and cow here. It's a seated cat and cow. So as you inhale, the navel will draw forward, the chest will rise, and as you exhale, the chin will tuck in, the navel will pull in, and the tailbone tucks towards the front of your mat. It's finding again this little bit of movement through the hips, through the lumbar spine. Feeling it's a massage of your butt on the floor. And as you exhale the next breath, find a nice neutral position, somewhere in between. Lengthen the arms, feel a little bit of a tuck of the tailbone, slight tuck. Draw the navel to the spine and then lift the legs up. Lift the feet away from the floor. Keep the navel pulling in. Think about the crown of the head reaching up and back towards the ceiling and the wall where they connect behind you. You can keep a hold of the legs here, or maybe you reach the arms forward. Holding for 3 breaths. Take the hands back to the thighs. Bring the feet back to the floor. Bring the hands behind you. Widen the feet and take a little windshield wiper from side to side. Knees swaying from right to left. Let the knees come back into center. Rise up. Feet come back into center. Hands to the back of the thighs, draw the navel to the spine, lengthen the arms, tip back. Let the feet rise away from the floor. Feel that natural tipping point where they just want to lift. Now you can keep the hands behind the back of the thighs, but just see if you can extend the right leg. Rebend and extend the left leg. And rebend. Now continue this and see if you want to lengthen the arm of the extended leg. If it feels comfortable and you can keep the thighs in the same position that they're in now, maybe look at extending both arms. If this feels too challenging, just stay with the knees bent. Stay with that variation. Next time that you extend the left leg, that will be your last time. Both knees bent, hands to the back of the thighs, bring the feet back down to the floor, take the arms behind, roll the knees from side to side. Let the knees come back up. Come back up with the torso, the feet hip distance apart. Get the hands behind the back of the legs. Take a little cat and cow here. Rise, find neutral. Pull the navel to the spine, lengthen the arms. Find your tipping point, lift the legs. Options here, you keep the hands behind the legs. Maybe you extend both legs. You have options to extend one or extend both arms. Take one more breath. Rebend the knees. Hands to the back of the thighs. Bring the feet back to the floor. Bring the hands back behind. Take the windshield wiper. As the knees come to the right side this time, let them stay to the right and kind of shimmy the knees around so that the left knee is on the floor, or it can rest on the left ankle, whichever feels more comfortable for you. I like mine on the floor. The right hand is on the floor behind you, and let the left hand come with it. Let the right hand then travel a little further around and just find a little bit of a twist here. Walk the hands back around. Let the knees come up. Let them come up and over to the left. Again, settle the knees where it feels comfortable for you. If that's with the legs connecting or the legs apart, that's your choice. Take the right arm around. Let the left hand kind of continue its journey and just take a little bit of a walk towards the back of your mat. Let the hands walk back around. And then come up and over onto your belly, coming face down on the floor. So as you come face down, take the hands underneath the forehead, resting the forehead onto the hands. Feet separated around hip distance apart. Next, inhale, push into the hands, lift the chest, the shoulders, the head here, away from the floor. Any amount, doesn't have to be a huge amount, just any amount here, just to feel some length through the front body. Release back down. Keep the left hand where it is and take the right arm and reach it forward. Next time then you inhale, want the head, the shoulders, the chest, and the right arm and the left leg to lift away from the floor. You can use the left hand for a little bit of leverage. Release back down. Lift up and away. Release back down. One more here. Inhaling and rising. Exhaling, releasing. Take a pause to switch the hands. The right hand comes under the head, the left hand comes forward. So this time as you inhale, the left arm and the right leg will lift as you lift the head, the chest, the shoulders. Relax back down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. One last time, inhaling and rising. And release. Bring the hands underneath the chest. Pull the navel to the spine, push to all fours. Take a little bit of cat and cow here. Exhale your next breath. Sit into child's pose. Sitting the hips back, forehead connects to the floor, maybe the arms reach back. Reach the arms forward, come back around and come into seated. However you feel you need to sit here in seated. Let the eyes close. Feel rooted down through the sit bones, rise up through the crown of the head. A nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale. Exhale. One more big deep inhale. And loud exhale. Resting here. Body, mind, heart and breath. Balanced as one. Namaste.